So this is what $7,400 gets you in New York City. So for $7,400 per month, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment in an old loft building in Soho. Now, as most people have read, New York City is now the most expensive city in America, just edging out San Francisco by $10 on average for that price of an apartment. And I was very fortunate during the events of the past year. Rents plummeted, they dropped like crazy. There was a ton of deals. And let's just say I got this apartment for a very good deal. And nowadays a place of this size, this neighborhood would go for anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 per month. And that is what $7,400 gets you per month in New York City. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just kidding. You know, a lot of people ask for this. This is just a casual Saturday morning vlog here in the city. And in this vlog, we are actually doing a fun DIY project. My mom actually was the brains behind this. She loves Pinterest. So that metal staircase, the white one, we're going to be painting that jet black. Check out these inspiration pictures. It's pretty cool. I really think it'll match the theme of the apartment with the black on the windows and on the wall that I put up. Another new addition to the apartment is the fig. A lot of you in the apartment tour saw that I had a fake fig. This is a 100% genuine, real fig, and these things are a pain in the ass to take care of. So here's the stairwell. As you can see, it's just been painted that white color. I have my Super 73 underneath, and we are painting this jet black. And we're also painting the trim above jet black just to match the wall that I built. And with that, I'd like to thank Benjamin Moore for sponsoring this week's episode. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I used to do daily vlogs. I used to do videos Monday through Friday, so almost every single day. And a lot of times, you know, my family would be in the videos. I'd just film whatever I was getting up to. So that's what this episode is. Just a fun weekend vlog. The question, will you help us paint or get in the way? Okay, get to work. Benjamin Moore makes it so easy to get paint. All you have to do is go online to their website, put in what you want. We went to the Tribeca paint shop and picked up this beautiful Regal Select semi-gloss finish. I'm very positive that this is going to look great. We need a ladder. It is weird filming a vlog. I haven't made a vlog in like a long time.
I know.
It feels kind of strange. But
Should I move all that off there?
No, are you filming right now? I didn't think this was gonna fit in the house. 15-foot ladder. All right. First things first, we had to get that shelf out of the way, and the shelf was pretty heavy. So after moving the shelf, then we set up the ladder, and I'm lucky that we actually have a ladder in the building this is probably 13-foot ladder. If you're not gonna help and you're gonna get in the way, we're gonna have to put you in the bedroom. We put down this tarp to cover the floor, and Theo immediately just lays down on it. And first things first, we're doing the trim with these tiny brushes, and painting is a lot more difficult than I remember, but this Benjamin Moore paint goes on so smoothly, it makes painting actually enjoyable. For this project, we're gonna take our time, enjoy the Saturday. Hey Theo, are you gonna help? No, here, you wanna help? There you go. Here, put it in your beak. At least Theo looks cute. But yeah, I will report back when we finish the trim on the wood. You wanna come up here, Theo? You wanna come up here? He's trying so hard to help out. We just finished the top half. I think the black makes this space look more modern, more upscale. I love it. Benjamin Moore paint goes on so easily. Only one coat. It's definitely giving the bang for the buck as far as the value. Next up, the staircase.
We're calling this the moody vibe.
I'm very impressed because you were saying you sit on Pinterest at night and you look at different inspirations. And I mean, this is a little peek, just a little peek. But it's coming along nice.
Just tease them. Just
it's
do
a little tease. We underestimated how labor intensive this would be, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, how often do we get to just spend time doing a task like painting?
We're doing some deep mother-son bonding time.
Yeah, the conversation's going on right now. I can't put it in the vlog, but
too heavy.
Yeah, heavy conversations. But I want to ask you, I've been thinking about starting a podcast just to have unfiltered hour-long conversations with interesting people. If that's something you think would be cool, comment down below. With that, we're going to keep on painting.
It's totally going to be a 2 or maybe 3 day project.
Don't even say that. 3 days?
No, I had to go back to work.
Also, I realized that whole shot I had that on like a tight angle. Sorry about that. And here it is. This is the after of the paint transformation, and this space is totally transformed. It's definitely more moody, a bit more refined. It almost has a sexy feeling to it. Before it was very earthy, and I have to say, The black looks amazing, but I'm kind of partial to how it was before, so let me know down below, should we keep it as black or paint it back white? I'm gonna let it sit for like, 2-3 weeks and see how I feel in the space, but if I do want to paint it back to white, I can just simply go to Benjamin Moore. They have an awesome e-website. Again, I wanna thank Benjamin Moore for sponsoring this section of the vlog. If you wanna shop all their awesome paint, the link is down below in the description of the video. So Theo's going with my mom while I'm traveling. I have a trip next week, and he's gonna live the life down on the beach in Jersey. While I was painting with my mom, we were having some really just thoughtful conversations, and it's been such a long time on this channel where I sat down and just had a good conversation, with some kind of substance. Don't get me wrong, home tours are awesome. The home tours, they don't really show my thoughts, beliefs, ideas, things like that. So I went on Instagram and I asked you to ask some questions, and we're gonna do an old-fashioned Q&A. Before we start, let's top off the coffee. Good old French press. Okay, now we can get into this. First question, how long will you live in New York City? I'll live in New York most likely the rest of my life. I always plan on having property in the city, most likely within the next year, 2 years. I plan on buying an apartment here and doing a full-on renovation. A gut renovation of ideally a Soho loft. What makes you the happiest? It can be anything. I was thinking about this last week. If you know me, I love surfing. Last week we had some great hurricane swell. I was out with my brother surfing, and I just got this incredible ride. And the sun was peeking out from the clouds, and I saw my brother smiling like he saw my wave. And I just had the utter feeling of just satisfaction. And not satisfaction like accomplishing a goal, but satisfaction in being just completely at peace. Not thinking about the future or the past. What makes me happiest? Surfing, spending time with family, simple things. It's been such a crazy ride, especially if you've been watching this channel since 2015. Like, what? If I would have went back and kind of snapped and saw a glimpse of this, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't. How did you get in real estate? Like the process from day one and where you are now. My journey into real estate it's very, very out of the ordinary. I don't really think many other people have done it, kind of reverse engineering it. And the thing is, I'm an expert in marketing real estate. I'm not gonna go and say I'm the best agent in the world, because that's not the truth. My strength lies in marketing, which has given me some pretty awesome opportunities as far as referrals and the fees that come along with that. But to answer that question, I reverse engineered it. I built up my audience as large as possible with these home tours. And then after I reached a certain point, for me it was crossing 1 million subscribers. Then I got the license. That is what I am good at. It's marketing and building brands on social media. And I have something coming very soon that can help a lot of people out. What's the thing that's changed the most for you mentally since starting your YouTube channel? That question is such a big one. Everything has changed. My entire life has changed. When I started this channel, I was filming my videos on my iPhone. I was using iMovie on an iPad to edit them. And mentally, I have to say it has shifted, because it's become a business, and a pretty successful one at that. I never expected that aspect. So I think mentally, just keeping the fun and the reason why I started this in the back of my mind, especially doing things like this, doing a Q&A where it's just sitting down and having that one-on-one conversation, and not thinking so much about views or working with brands or the business side, and really just making fun stuff that I want to put out there. Moving to New York City, did every apartment you live in have mice/bed bugs? Terrified. No, only one place had cockroaches and mice. That was, actually no, 2 places did. But that first place, if you remember that was bad. Most places don't. That's not the norm in the city, but it's definitely out there. You just have to really do your homework. Don't live above a restaurant. Live in a place that, you can see when a place is clean versus not clean. So really just do your homework, and when you're looking at the apartments, really nitpick the place apart. Are you investing in stock market or cryptocurrencies? Yes, and this is one thing, I'm not gonna give any financial advice to anyone out there, but I will say, definitely do your homework. There's tons of YouTube channels out there that give very sound financial, not even advice, but just information. Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, these guys give out information that has helped me. If you are in that earlier 20s, late teens, you have one thing that many of us, especially one question, how old are you? I'm 31, almost 32. You've got a decade on me to compound that growth and accumulate that money. So definitely open up an account. Again, not financial advice, but highly consider looking into investing. Cryptocurrency, I do own crypto. I'm actually a big fan of crypto. I believe in it in the long term, especially in the next 5-10 years. Goals in 6 years, I have a lot. In 6 years, I will be 37 years old, and that is insane. I like these Q&As, and I'm gonna keep this one pretty long, because I do look back on them, and it's very, very interesting to see that some of the things I say in these videos end up manifesting themselves into real life. So goals for the next 5-6 years, and I will say these as affirmations. That's how I say my goals, as if they've already happened. I will have a show on Netflix. I'll have a child, most likely. Potentially, I'll be married. These are still kind of question marks, those last twos. But professional goals, it's just like when I set my mind to something, it's inevitable that it's going to happen. And I got a lot of questions about motivation, and that's the biggest piece of advice I have. You have to buy into your dream because no one else will. You have to buy into that shit as clearly as you're seeing me, as clearly as you can touch your 5 fingers, like it's real. You have to believe it's real, because if you don't, it's not gonna happen. What do you love most about living in Soho? I love the architecture. Waking up and seeing all the cast iron buildings, the history, just the feeling of walking around and it looking like I'm living in a movie set. That is what I love the most about Soho. How did you transition into real estate? Long story short, essentially I had about 300,000 subscribers. An agent by the name of Ryan Serhant was starting a channel. His team reached out to do a collab. I recommended that we film his most expensive listing. It was a $20 million townhouse in Chelsea. We filmed the tour on my channel, got like 5 million views. My channel started to blow up. His channel gained some from the collab. I was very lucky. I had the first mover advantage to this whole YouTube property tour genre, and that's why my channel has grown to the largest. And it is a shame, because I would love to collab with Ryan again, or even there's another YouTuber, Ennis. I've reached out to him a few times. I think that a rising tide raises all ships, and I believe in collaboration rather than competition, especially on the internet. Are you a real estate broker, or do you just make videos? Yes, I am a licensed real estate agent here in New York State. I'm working right now in Colorado, California, and Florida, getting the license. But again, I am a real estate marketing expert. That is what I do. I'll be totally honest with you. I've had an interesting experience starting out selling real estate, and I've been a bit jaded by let's just say the types of people in the industry. And I think I'm actually too nice and not cutthroat enough to work in luxury real estate. So, the goals for the next few years, especially the next 2 years, is really just building out and hammering away on the media aspect of my YouTube channel and my business. When are you going to do an updated day in your life video? I'll be doing these pretty often. I'm not getting tired of the home tours, but I want to start getting back to making content that has a bit more meaning, a bit more depth, a bit more substance. And I think these videos are very, very useful. It's interesting. When I do meet people on the streets, a lot of the time it's the people that have been watching since the beginning. Vlogs may seem silly, but they are quite powerful, and I enjoy making them, so there'll be more soon. What keeps you motivated? The fact that we're all going to die one day. Very, very morbid. That right there, like if you're actually paying attention and you're watching that and you feel the weight of what I just said, that right there, when you really pull out the lens super wide and you see the big picture, when you're zoomed in really tight, things can seem like the end of the world, especially if you're going through some hard times. But when you pull that lens way back and you just see how beautiful all this is, that's just the motivation to why not go as hard as you can? Why not experience every emotion, the good and the bad? Why not travel? Why not just try to do your best and to hopefully help some people along the way? So that's what motivates me, just the fact that, yes, one day I won't be around, and that's a very big feeling. It's a big thought. How did you find all these incredible opportunities? I did not find any of them. I worked my off to make them happen. If you would have seen me when I first moved to the city, no confidence. I've found the harder I work, the more luck I have, the harder and the more time I put in, the more these opportunities come about. But at the end of the day, all the biggest moments in my life as far as opportunities have happened when I've went out there and I've sought them out and I've made them happen. If you just sit around and wait for things to fall into your lap, you'll be waiting a long time. Why did you stop collaborating with Serhant? That was on Ryan. I mean, I would love, especially Ryan or Team Ryan, if you're watching this, I would love to do something together. It makes sense. We are in the same genre. We're essentially doing the same thing. Congratulations on starting Serhant. You are crushing it. I think it goes back to people in real estate are super competitive, as am I, but to the point where it is just like cutthroat. It is so cutthroat. Ryan's an awesome guy, and I would love to collaborate with him and his team again. So if you guys are watching this, let's do it. Favorite breed of dogs? Easy, golden retriever. Bulldogs are a close second, pugs are third. How to make abs? Abs are made in the kitchen. Everyone knows that. So it's just your diet, but how to really get your abs kind of thick and blocky? Weighted sit-ups. Not many people know that. It's on the Center app. Weighted sit-ups, I'll normally do 10 sets of 10 with a 35-pound weight just right on my chest. Hold, crunch back down. Weighted sit-ups will get you thick abs. What would you tell that Erik of 10 years ago? I don't know if I'd tell him anything. I think that if he would have known what was gonna happen, it wouldn't have happened, if that makes sense. I would tell him to stay positive, to not take things too seriously. That's probably the biggest thing. But I think you have to go through all those growing pains in order to make it, to reach your dreams and your goals in life. So I just tell him to stay positive and to keep on going. And that's what I was told. A lot of people told me that. If you did get some value from this little Q&A, give the video a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you did enjoy the video and will push it out to a new audience. I hope you are well watching this. And if you want to see more videos like this, again, comment down below. And with that, I will see you in the next episode.